Hey, David Wygant here for AskMen.com. I'm in Miami Beach right now, and it's unbelievably amazing. And the greatest thing about Miami is they have the hottest waitresses serving you. So how do you do it? How do you get a date with a waitress? It's real simple. When she comes over to your table, what you want to do is you want to engage her. You want to know that you relate to her world. So you look around and you pick out that table. There's always a table that's giving her a hard time. You look at her and go, man, that table over there, I'll tell you, they've been giving you a really hard time. It's like, you look like you need to sit down. I'll tell you what, why don't I take your order, give me your pad, right? And you take her pad out of her hands, okay, joking around. Sit down right now, right? Sometimes she'll sit, sometimes she won't. Sometimes she'll say, look, I really can't sit right now. My boss is watching. I said, don't worry, I'll go talk to him in a minute, okay? So if you can order anything right now, let's say you were sitting here right now, you tell me exactly what you want to eat. And she'll tell you, well, I love the salmon, but the problem is they're about to run out of it. You know, this is what you do. You relate to her world and say, what, they're going to 86 the salmon? No way. Let me get out. Let me go right in there and talk to the manager and tell her that you got to have this salmon right now. And what you do is you get up, you walk directly to her manager, and you say, hey.
Guys, if you felt anything this guy says, you're a fucking idiot. How about don't hit on the waitress, period? How about be nice and be polite and understand that she's there to work? She's not there to sit there. She's not sitting there pretty much. She's not sitting there doing a solo, taking a survey or pretty much or taking a moment to sit there and studying anthropology. She's a waitress. She's working a shit end job because she has to pay the bills. So it's how she keeps a roof over her head, and feeds herself. You know, the whole the whole pesky living thing. It's called making a living. Very low income living, but a living nonetheless.
Hey, that waitress over there, best waitress I've ever had in my entire life. She's absolutely, unbelievably amazing. I got to tell you, great find, great hire. So what happens next, okay, is that you sit back down, she looks at you, she goes, what did you say to my manager? You're like, oh, don't worry, I took care of you, right? All of a sudden, okay, the manager talks to her. She comes back and you get a free appetizer, you get a free drink, whatever it is, because he is so excited that, you related to him, you related to the waitress. Now she's coming back throughout the whole night, talking to you, hanging out with you, having a good time. She feels like you're buddies. That's how you go and you date the waitress. You relate to her world. And how do you close the deal? As you do with everything I always talk about. You look at her at the end of the night and say, hey, what time do you get off? Not get off, you know what I mean. What time do you get off? Okay, she goes, I get off around midnight. Hey, you want to meet up, have a quick drink or something? My treat. You just...
How about don't try and date the waitress, period? How about do the right and sensible thing and back the fuck off? And, yeah, guys, because of the Me Too movement, do not listen to this guy. For fuck's sake, you are an asshole if you do. And you're a selfish prick who thinks with your dick all the time. And honestly, 90% of men acting like selfish pricks thinking with their dick is what got us into is what got the male species in America into this situation in the first place. For all you perverted asshole motherfuckers who are actually going to be done. So you perverted asshole motherfuckers who are actually going to be listening to this guy, bear in mind, for all of us non-piggish, non-disgusting men, we want our balls back. But being as you're going to be a selfish prick and act this way, the male species is still going to be under scrutiny, and no matter what. How about women should have a right to be a waitress at a restaurant without you hitting on them? And how about stop taking advice from idiots like this guy? It's taking advantage of a waitress at a desperate moment at her job. You're sitting and you're pulling her into your world. On top of that, you're manipulating the situation for You're manipulating the situation to meet your inevitable goal, which is you basically thinking with your loins instead of thinking with your brain. And only a true scumbag does that. And on top of that, men, we're hormonal creatures. Women have incredible shapes that make us crazy. However, they're also people too. Yeah, guys, pay attention. Women are people. They have feelings. They don't want to be looked at as just an object that you want to have sex with. Here's the thing, and the more that pretty much you can, I mean, we live in a country that's self-gratifying. Self-gratification on so many different levels has been the very thing that has led to all these problems in the first place. How about stop trying to serve yourself and serve her for a change, and just be a friend, period. Say, man, that guy's a jerk. He had no right talking to you like that. Here's what you could do. Get up and complain to the manager about them treating that waitress like shit. That's what I would have done. Yeah. And don't try and date the waitress. No matter how cute she is, no matter how attractive she is, don't try and date the waitress. How about be a friend? Take your time. And, you never know. She might have a boyfriend. There might be some other guy, equally nice guy trying to date her. If you think that you're gonna date the waitress like in some romantic comedy or like Hank Moody in Californication, guess what? That's TV. That's movie. It's fiction. That's not real life. And men in real life are not as lucky as women as Hank Moody is. That's a character that David Duchovny plays. So, and that show came out before the Me Too movement. Like I said, there's a lot of this shit wouldn't fly today. And if you listen to this guy's advice, then you're a fucking asshole. For Ask Men, really stop putting this shit out there. You just taught these guys how to take advantage of girls who are naive and unsuspecting of the fact that these men are objectifying these waitresses and don't care. If you really care about somebody, you'll sit there and not try and do that. Be a friend. Don't try and date them. You don't have to date every woman in sight. You don't have to get the girl every time. A lot of guys don't get the girl. That's just real life. Real life is, most nice guys are gonna grow old, miserable, and alone. You want to put a video out there? Just describe the world of real dating. Real dating is shit. Real dating sucks. The girl you want is not going to be the girl you're gonna end up with. Some guy who's got more of everything than you is going to end up sidling in behind your back, or when you're trying to work on getting in, some other guy's trying to work on getting in too. Bottom line, if you're trying to get with a girl, there's another guy you're competing with. She's just not telling. She is just doing a very good job at not telling you about him. And then when you finally find out that you're not alone, there's some other guy trying to get with her like you, you're gonna end up feeling like an idiot. In the world of real dating, that's usually how it goes. I mean, if you want to describe real dating is where there's a lot of right ones you're not going to end up with. And chances are the only women that for a while that they're going to give you the time of day are crazy women that most self-respecting men want nothing to do with. And trust me, you don't want that alternative. Yeah. How about just overall? Overall, I would tell anybody, stop taking dating advice on the internet. Try that on Precise. Talk to people. They say stick with the winners, right? Well, talk to happily married men and ask them how they did it. Talk to people who are in healthy relationships and ask them how they did it. Talk to the best man. If you're a guy, talk to the most successful man in relationship wise. And follow his example, because he's really the one you should be looking to. A guy you see in person every day or on a regular basis, who's not a self-serving jerk. This guy on the internet is just trying to get more hits so he can make a living. He's trying to make a living off of desperate idiots like you, if you actually buy into that line of crap. For the rest of us, we're smart enough to know better. Yes, it gets lonely and desperate. It's not fun. It's very frustrating seeing all these beautiful, wonderful girls dating all these other guys that are not you. But best advice is do not take. I mean, if you want to take any advice, try taking my advice. My advice to you would be stop trying to turn to men on the fucking internet for dating advice. Turn to people you know in person. Try that on Precise. I can promise you this much. I can promise this much: if you turn to people you know in person, you have much better luck than you ever will. And to all you idiots trying to say my seductive techniques are guaranteed to work, guess what? You're a scam artist. You're scam artists who are trying to sucker men into trying to sucker desperate men. And yeah, women. You think women are desperate? Guys are lonely and desperate too. Guys, we do some stupid shit. We do some really, really, really stupid things when we're lonely and desperate. So all you guys who are lonely and desperate, calm down, relax. Get out there, socialize. Mix up your social world and make some friends who are successful in relationships. Yeah, they're not single, but you know what? You can at least talk to them, get to know them, ask them how they did it. Let some of their good guy mojo rub off on you, so that you could whatever they got, let them hopefully it'll rub off on you in a good way, so that you can sit there and you can find the right one for you. But definitely do not listen to this bullshit like this. And if you go into a restaurant and the waitress is cute and you like what you see, it's okay to like what you see. But do the respectful thing and leave her the fuck alone, because that's her job. And definitely do not take advice from these videos anymore. Stop listening to dating videos on the internet. And if you do, and it blows it back in your face, you get exactly what you deserve. This is A Member, the Voice of Reason. Aho.